Bad Monkey, which is on Apple TV Plus. It is the Vince Vaughn-led crime comedy drama. I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
So the basic setup is he is a former detective who has been demoted to a health inspector.
Oh.
And his ex-partner brings him an arm, a dismembered arm. Obviously, if it's just the arm, it's dismembered because it's no longer attached to anything.
Yeah.
And he gets involved in trying to figure out where this arm came from. Now, technically, he's not a detective, and he really shouldn't have been investigating, so he's getting himself into a little bit more trouble by digging around in this, but he can't help himself. So it's very Vince Vaughn-y, which I very much enjoy a Vince Vaughn performance. So he's our main character that we're following, but then there's a whole other group of eccentric characters around him. His ex-wife is played by Michelle Moynihan, and she's very loopy and kind of fun. And then he creates a relationship with the forensic pathologist who works in the morgue, and she sort of becomes his detective helper friend, love interest as the series progresses. At this point, we have not heard that there's going to be a season 2. I hope so. There's a fingers crossed.
That's a good cast.
Yeah, it's a good cast. It's 10 episodes right now, and the finale was pretty big. People did really enjoy the finale. There was a lot that happened in the finale that made the whole story of this season feel well connected and finished up, but you do feel like, oh, we could absolutely have more seasons of this with this main character of this detective. So then back to the pathologist that I had mentioned. So that character is played by Natalie Martinez, and she's great. And then his ex-partner is John Ortiz, and that's a fun relationship because, of course, the ex-partner and Vince Vaughn is like, we're never ex-partners. You're always going to be my partner. I mean, all of the Vince Vaughn delivery is just perfect Vince Vaughn. That's really the most comedic part of the show because otherwise it's...
His delivery?
Yeah, it's really more just like a little bit of a goofy, wacky crime and some slightly odd people, but not like comedy. I would say it's a combination of murder, real estate, a monkey, and then possibly magic, because there's this storyline of what's going on in the Bahamas, and there's a woman called the Dragon Queen.
This went off the rails and seems unrecommendable now. But
What?
No, it definitely seems like, an updated crime drama of Game of Thrones.
Did you go to sleep, wake up, another show is going, and you...
No!
The Bahamas
No.
and magic?
Okay, so he's a former detective living in Miami who gets involved in a murder. It just so happens that this murder is also connected to something that's going on in the Bahamas. So we follow some characters who are in the Bahamas. That's where the real estate thing is happening, and where the monkey, and this one character who the monkey is a pet. The monkey is delightful. It did make me think of
Was
Chimp
it a real
Crazy.
monkey?
Yeah.
I thought they weren't allowed to be in productions anymore after we all watched Chimp Crazy.
Yeah. Well, I
This
think...
was before that.
No, supposedly that's been... Okay, I don't want to quote me, but I thought that had changed, or you couldn't have live...
Well, this is a professional monkey actor, so
Okay.
I think it was fine. I don't know.
Have you checked the credits? You're sure it's not Andy Serkis?
It's definitely a monkey.
Okay. And everything.
So in the Bahamas, there's this character who's trying to get his home back because of this real estate development, and he goes to a local woman who can put a hex on somebody, and that's the magical connection. And you do feel like, well, maybe that magic kind of worked. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Or is it just coinkydinks that he wants some bad things to happen to this real estate development situation?
There's magic everywhere in the world, Catherine. If you just look for it, you will see it.
Okay.
Where was this available? Was it on Hallmark? Because then it totally is just a mysterious magic happened.
No, this is Apple TV Plus, and it is developed and created and EP'd by Bill Lawrence, who did Ted Lasso for Apple TV Plus. So they have a long-standing connection there. Mm-hmm. So the other funny thing is there's a Scrubs connection, because that was his show. Zach Braff playing a real sketchy doctor, which is very fun in there. So I found it very enjoyable. It's crime, but kind of funny, and a monkey.
Well, Vince Vaughn sells me on just about anything.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's a lot of Vince Vaughn. Him just walking around trying to solve this crime.
Tall with like 3 or 4 bags deep, just looking exhausted.
It's great.
I love it.
Well, plus he's really good at just irritating the crap out of everybody, just with his little one-liners and his little jabs and he's very Vince Vaughn. Apparently I just enjoy saying Vince Vaughn. So he was really good. And I found this very enjoyable. So that's on Apple TV Plus. It's 10 episodes, all currently available. I watched them as they rolled out, which was a little less fun, but now you can do the whole thing.
Given that he's being very Vince Vaughn-y, did you buy him being like the inspector or the cop? Does he pull that off? Are you convinced?
Convinced?
Oh,
he was very good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So there you go.